As long as you're determined to start back to work today, thought we might walk over to the hospital together.
I've decided to go see Frank first. I don't know what I'll do after that. Maybe talk to Seneca.
You going to tell them about the baby?
Yeah. I can't go on lying anymore.
Oh, Jill, why not give yourself another day or two? You're still kind of shaky, and in fact, didn't you say you're feeling sick?
Sort of. But I'm sure it's fear.
I'm not.
Look, this time you're gonna have to accept my diagnosis. I know when I'm scared, and all the symptoms are there. Worse today than yesterday. Worse every day. That Frank keeps believing this baby is his.
Even so, I wish you'd lie down and let me give you a second opinion. Just to humor me.
No! I know what you'll tell me. You'll tell me to rest. And I'm gonna grab that excuse just like I've been grabbing it for a week. I can't do that anymore. Faith, I'm hurting Frank. Don't you see, he loves this baby more and more by the hour. So please, don't tell me that it won't make any difference if I wait a day or two more.
All right. I didn't mean to badger you.
I know. You never do. It's just that you haven't seen Frank's face when he talks about our child. I mean, he really believes it's going to be a little girl. He comes up with a new name every day. You know, we sit here in the evenings and he talks about the beautiful family we're going to have. And last night it just nearly broke my heart.
What happened?
Seneca came by.
Oh, no. Not another fight?
No, almost. Frank got his back up, and Seneca was calm and stubborn, and you see, there I was, right in the middle of it again. So when I couldn't take it anymore, I said to myself, okay, it's time for the truth. I mean, no build up to the story. Just what I promised to tell them all along.
But you couldn't do it.
They wouldn't let me. Seneca interrupted. And then Frank, he said something so beautiful. About the way our love has lasted because of the fact that we trust each other. How faithful we've been to each other, how honest.
Look, I'm glad you didn't tell them. Not with the three of you together in the same room. It would have been terrible.
Yeah, especially for Frank. Faith, how do I do this? I mean, how do I say to Frank, I love you, but Seneca's the father of my child?
Hey, Jill.
No, I'm not gonna wait. I've got to do it right now, because if I come home tonight and Frank's here and he starts to pamper me, I'll lose my nerve all over again.
I wasn't going to try to talk you out of it. I thought we might have lunch together.
Okay, I would like that. I think I'm going to need a shoulder to cry on. Come on, I'll walk you to the corner.
Can you wait till I call pediatrics? Never mind. You go ahead. I'll use your phone and lock up when I go.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Something pretty for my favorite sister.
Family in ruin.
You have destroyed my family.
We'll need a new leader.
If Stefano and EJ go to prison, does that mean that Chad becomes the head of their family?
But can Chad handle the pressure?
You blew it all to pieces for every one of us.
Watch Days of Our Lives, weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet.
I'm gonna propose to Sam, and I have to make sure I do it the right way.
This week,
What are you up to?
I think Sam's gonna love this.
be there for the proposal.
I would be honored to spend the rest of my life with you.
Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
This week on All New Views, John Goodman telling you why he's going head-to-head with Glenn Close as the newest member of Damages, and LaToya Jackson, like you've never seen her before.
Miss LaToya, you want to talk about something very close to your heart?
This week on All New Views.
Good boy. You ready? Go get it.
It's getting harder and harder to tell what's real. We're Nutro, a pioneer of real natural dog food that makes a visible difference in the health of your dog. See the real difference at nutro.com.
Paxil, Zoloft, and Depakote, if taken during pregnancy, may cause birth defects. If you or a loved one took Paxil, Zoloft, or Depakote during pregnancy and your child was born with a serious birth defect, you may be entitled to a cash award and medical expenses. If your child suffered a serious birth defect and you took Paxil, Zoloft, or Depakote during pregnancy, call 1-877-399-5799 now.
My doctor told me calcium is best absorbed in small, continuous amounts. Only one calcium supplement does that in one daily dose. New Citracal Slow Release continuously releases calcium plus D for the efficient absorption my body needs. Citracal.
I have a secret. I leak. A little spritzer. 1 in 3 women have this issue.
It's like a big secret, but we're all walking around with wet pants.
I don't want to be painted. I want to be dry. My sister said, have you ever heard of poise? I said, poise? What the heck is poise? If I had poise, let me show you what I would have looked like.
Every great woman deserves a great pad. Poise liners are specifically designed for light bladder leakage. Stay comfortably dry with Poise.
What you got there?
Sesame stir fry from Lucky Dynasty.
Oh, me too. But mine's lean cuisine, so no preservatives.
Lean Cuisine has 90 dishes with no preservatives and quality ingredients like farm-picked broccoli and tender white meat chicken. Lean Cuisine.
Do come in, Roger. Stay a while.
Look, Roger, I'm just on my way out. The flowers are beautiful, and I thank you for stopping by, but I really have to run.
Okay. Do you want me to put them in some water?
Yeah, please. You can leave with Faith, and there's coffee in the kitchen.
Jill, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling better, Roger.
All right. I'll be there in an hour. Will you tell Dr. Martin? Thank you. Goodbye. Flowers, huh?
No, why not? I thought they'd make Jill happy.
How come no box of candy? Don't guilty gentlemen bring flowers and candy to the women they betray?
Oh, you do see the strangest things sometimes, Faith. She's been sick. I came to see her. Well, isn't that why you're here, too?
Ah, but I'm not guilt-ridden.
Neither am I. Look, why don't you just cut the cute stuff and tell me what you mean?
I mean you told Delia Jill's pregnant.
I did no such thing.
Liar. I begged you not to. I even appealed to your sense of family, but no, you had to tell. How did Delia reward you? More than flowers, I bet.
Oh, what a tacky little mind you have. Don't you realize that any one of 100 people could have told Delia?
No.
Jill's chart was at the nurse's station where the whole world could see.
But you're the only outsider who saw it. After that, Seneca kept it in his office.
Look, I'm not even going to argue with you about this. Besides, Jill's pregnancy was a very small factor in the custody decision. And from what I understand, Delia's refusal to divorce Frank was the big issue. Now, little John is staying with the Ryans. And if you look at it that way, isn't Delia the one who lost?
No thanks to you.
Don't you even feel a little bit sorry for her?
Oh, yeah. About as sorry as I feel for a tidal wave.
Delia must really threaten you. Does that mean that your romance with Pat isn't going so well?
Oh, no, Roger. It's much more simple than that. I just don't want to be her next victim. She might push me in front of a speeding car or throw me down an elevator shaft whenever the mood strikes her. Don't you ever wonder when she'll turn on you?
You were talking about the woman I love, Faith. And I'm really sorry that she has to put up with people like you. But that'll be taken care of next week.
Do, go on.
Well, Delia and I are taking a grand tour of sorts. Europe, etc.
Next week?
That's right.
You mean to say that she's going to leave little John in the divorce battle and the Ryans?
And Pat. Now, I do hope you have the grace to thank me for simplifying your life.
But why? Why now?
Obviously, she knows what's good for her now. Look, I don't ask why this week and why not last week. I'm just grateful that she finally understands that I'm the man she belongs with.
I beg your pardon. How clumsy of me.
Sorry, did it spill much?
Only just about half. Forget it. Now, this is beginning to get to be a habit with you.
What?
Steaming around looking like a thundercloud. Yeah, that's it. You know, basically, you're not an angry person. At least I never thought so.
No, but I'm a family person, and my family is in pretty bad shape lately.
Your family or Delia?
Both. And don't start in on Dee.
Okay. Can I ask if she's still talking about going away with Roger?
It's more than talk. It's travel brochures from Roger. It's new clothes, courtesy of Roger, and everybody at home in an uproar.
You know, Pat, it might be just as well if she did go. I mean in the sense that the deed would be done, you know, and then things could settle down again.
You figure our problems would be over once Dee's out of the country.
Well, the way I understand it, Dee's at the center of your family's worst problem.
All right, that's true from one angle, but it's also true that my family is at the center of Dee's problems. Now, I don't mean it's our fault that she was an unhappy little kid. That must go way back to the first few years of her life. When she was 6 or 7 years old, she kind of adopted us. And we let her. We accepted responsibility for her, but we never really accepted who she was. Instead, we tried to change her into one of us. God knows she tried too. But it didn't work. She was too different. She's a mystery. So, what do? After all these years, we just walk away from her. Even me. You know what she asked me? If I'm not a Ryan, who am I?
Maybe she has to figure that one out for herself.
Maybe, but I just find it very hard to say, sorry, Dee, you're on your own. It's just a hell of a way to treat somebody who needs you.
Detective Reed, I haven't seen you in the longest time.
How you doing, Georgia? Hey, you're doing a great job for Frank these days.
Oh, well, I love the work, but I do miss the old campaign staff. Say, what about a Christmas reunion?
Well, I'm not sure who's going to be around over the holidays. I have trouble enough just keeping up with Frank these days. I assume he's in here?
Hey, thought I heard a voice familiar.
How you doing? You got a minute?
Sure.
Since we have an old hand at the phones, maybe I'll run over and deposit those checks.
Fine with me.
I think we can manage. Have a seat, Bob.
You know, Frank, I think we got us some real problems on our hands unless we do something about it right away. It's Delia.
Well, whatever her current problem is, I don't think I can be of much help.
Now, Frank, don't turn me off about this, okay? I'm thinking more about you, Maeve, Johnny, the whole family. They're going to be the ones to suffer if she goes on the way she's headed now.
Now, if you're talking about the trip to Europe or Africa or wherever with Roger, she's already told me about it, and frankly, I don't see the harm in it.
Well, Frank, see, Roger's only part of the problem. It's not the worst part.
I don't follow you, Bob.
Frank, the bottom has dropped out of Dee's life. She's lost you. She's lost little John. Even though your parents are good to her, she's not a member of the family anymore. Not like she used to be. This is all driving her crazy. She ought to be trying to find some new, independent kind of life for herself, but she isn't. She's over at your folks trying to hang on to being a Ryan, in spite of her big plans with Roger.
You know, I know how you worry about her, and I'm sure that she's laying all her misery at your doorstep these days. But maybe the one way that we can help her is to back off and just let her grow up.
Frank, don't treat me like Delia's overprotective big brother. I'm looking out for more people in this than my sister. You gotta pitch in, buddy.
But what the hell am I supposed to do, huh? I mean, what do you want from me?
Frank, I want you to get her a place on her own. Away from your folks, away from your brother, your sister, away from all the bad habits.
You know, I am willing to give her the money for that. But she doesn't want to live alone, and you ought to know that.
So give her little John for a while.
What?
Let her have the baby, at least part-time.
Well, you know, the court awarded my parents full custody of little John, remember?
I remember Maeve and Johnny, they could send little John to stay with Delia 2 or 3 days a week. They have that right, Frank.
Oh, in the first place, I'm not sure they have. And in the second place, I'm not sure that Mom and Dad would even consider that. They don't think that she's very stable.
Frank, if you just call them and just
No,
just
I'm
ask...
not. Bob, little John is not safe with Delia.
Of course he is. Come on, Frank, don't leave her to whatever wild plans she has for taking care of herself. You gotta help her find a place of her own. She can't do it, she won't.
I'm through helping her. Don't you realize that's how our problems began?
Damn it, Frank. She's still your wife, you know that? You can't just wash your hands with her because you want to go off and have fun with Jill. You got responsibilities, man.
I have no responsibility to control Delia or her future, and I'd be crazy to try. She does just exactly what she wants.
Yeah.
No matter who steps in.
Yeah, well, there's some people that say the same thing about you. You know that? You want to have an affair, you do it. You want to move in with Jill, have a baby, you do that. You want custody of little John, you do that. It's all Frank and Jill and your kids. To hell with my sister.
I don't want you. I want Bianca.
Truth.
I wanted to get back at you.
Who was it?
JR.
Twists.
Would you do me the honor of marrying me?
And mind-blowing turns.
Life could have been so different for us.
An unbelievable week on All My Children. Weekdays on ABC. And weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
It can open doors. It can erase boundaries and hold its ground. It can even the score and start a movement. It can buy time and tell time. We use our mouths in so many ways to open up to the world. After all, life opens up when you do. Crest and Oral-B. Tell us your story at lifeopensup.project.com.
My, what have we here? Butterfinger Snackers. I've never heard of those. Oh, they're just the latest thing. Chocolatey little treats with a smooth Butterfinger center. I love Butterfinger. I think I'll try one. Ow! I think you won't.
Butterfinger Snackers. Crispy, chocolatey, bite-sized treats with a smooth Butterfinger center.
Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my Butterfinger Snackers.
This summer, the party's on SoapNet.
We have a party to rock.
You'll never take over my life.
Nothing is going to change how I feel about you.
That love can't die, baby.
Oh, it is so on.
What? Shut up! And you won't believe who's coming.
You're back.
This is one summer shindig you don't want to miss.
I am ready to have the summer of my life.
Only on SoapNet.
Down.
Hey.
Oh, go back to your work. I was just leaving.
Ah, but you just came in. And I don't want to work anymore. You know, I was just sitting here thinking about you instead of intracranial neoplasm.
In that case, I'll just let you concentrate and take myself for a brisk walk before I go on duty.
Oh, no, Faith. I'd rather you stayed here and talked to me. It's important.
Okay.
You know, Pat was here just a little while ago.
Well, I'm sorry I missed him.
Are you two, going around together again? I mean more than just, you know, the medical society dance and having coffee together sometimes?
Yeah, lots more. Oh, and please don't worry. Everything that I did wrong last year, I'm doing right this year.
Oh, no, I know. You're in great shape. Pat's the one I'm worried about.
Yeah. I promise you, I won't break his heart.
Well, no, I hope he falls madly in love with you. In fact, if he could focus his complete attention on you, that'd be the best thing for him. Especially during the next few weeks.
Well, you have my permission to encourage him to do just that.
Well, actually, you see, you're the one I'm encouraging. You're serious about him, so go after him a little more. Oh, no, I mean it.
Is that the important thing you wanted to talk to me about?
Yeah.
But not all of it. You're worried because he's all wrapped up in Delia.
Yeah. I'd feel better if he were all wrapped up in you. You know, he's always been defensive about Delia, but I've never seen him as upset as he is now. If you could just put some emotional distance between them, I have the feeling you might be saving his life.
Believe me, Bucky, I'm doing my best. I'm just hoping that what Roger told me this morning comes true. He says that he and Delia are planning to leave for Europe next week.
Next week? Well, you know, I hope there is something between him and Delia, but she keeps reaching for Pat, and he gets more guilty and upset and angry every day.
Oh, Bucky, what can I do?
Well, let him know you care about him. Spend some time with him.
No.
Let him know you're thinking about you. Oh, come on, that isn't too much work.
No, no, no. I will not pursue him like I did before. That's what turned him off.
Well, so? Pursue him differently. Oh. Come on, Faith. I mean, you're a beautiful, intelligent woman.
Uh-huh.
I bet he's in love with you already. And, so help him realize he's crazy about you, okay?
Look, Pat and I have an understanding at this point. We're just friends. We're relaxed and happy together. Now, in time, that may turn into a grand passion. But if it does, it's going to happen very slowly. Inevitably, if you know what I mean.
I know, but I don't know that you have that much time.
What do you want me to do? Get him to marry me before Delia leaves?
Well, who knows where Delia intends to go? All I know is he's a little bit out of his head, and there isn't much time between now and next week. You don't have to marry him. Just keep him out of trouble.
What are you afraid he'll do?
Well, when it comes to Delia, there's a number of stupid and dangerous things he might do. And a couple of things could mess up his life completely.
Oh, Bucky, I really hate to risk what we have by pursuing him. But maybe.
Maybe you have to. Might be your last chance.
All right.
Look, you know I wouldn't press you on this. But I'm worried about Pat.
I know.
For once, he's the one that needs to be rescued.
I'll do what I can.
Next, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Later, see who's stirring up trouble in Pine Valley on All My Children, only on SoapNet.
Join us for The Chew, a new talk show that's made fresh every day.
Wait till you try this.
With expert advice.
My favorite prosciutto comes from Iowa, but fortunately, they deliver.
Dish towels that make the perfect napkins for messy backyard barbecues.
The hottest trends.
Pulled chicken tacos from the Korean barbecue truck. Delicious.
And useful tips.
Smaller shrimp are less expensive and just as tasty in my yummy gumbo.
Join The Chew for a bite. Weekdays, coming Monday, September 26th, only on ABC.
Announcing America's favorite cereal is now Honey Nut Cheerios! Yep, America's favorite! So we're celebrating the Honey Sweetness Crunchy Oats and... Hey, don't forget me! Honey Nut Cheerios! Make it your favorite, too!
Brilliant color that defies damage? Thank you, Herbashine from Garnier. Herbashine. The only hair color with bamboo extract. Bamboo. Like naturally strong. This amazing color actually fortifies my hair. And the color. In a word, radiant. And talk about shine. No ammonia. No worries. And not a gray in sight. 10 minutes for color like this? I spend more time getting into skinny jeans. Garnier Herbashine hair color. Fortified color. Certified brilliant. Garnier. Take care.
Every time I sneeze, I laugh, I jump. Water. And my sister said, have you ever heard of poise? I said, poise? What the heck is poise? She said, 1 in 3 women have this issue.
Every great woman deserves a great pad. Stay comfortably dry with Poise.
She's been a friend, the mother of your children, a soulmate. Isn't it time to let that special someone know exactly how you feel? Give her the gift she always wanted. Give her a polio vaccine.
It's perfect.
Whatever cause you're passionate about, give it as a gift at changingthepresent.org.
Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has a status update on your favorite stars. On General Hospital, Ingo Rademacher and Vanessa Marcel Giovinazzo say so long to poor Charles.
Wow.
And Constance Towers is back as troublemaker Helena.
It's true.
On One Life to Live, Tony Award-winning actress LaShawns debuts as Yvette, while Tuck Watkins returns as David Vickers.
What do you think about that?
And on All My Children, Josh Duhamel, Eva LaRue, and Torsten Kay take one more trip to Pine Valley.
I'm here to stay.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet and ABC.com. We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista, blonde one, original blonde one, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold, the Goddess, the Divine one, Bad Blonde one, the Demented one, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
You're upset about Dee, and I understand that. But I hope our friendship's not on the line here.
So do I, Frank.
You know, Bob, when Delia and I were together, you always made it a point to stay out of our fights. And even after I left you, you managed to remain close to both of us. I hope you're not going to decide to hate me at this late stage in the game. We've been friends for too long.
So what are you going to do?
About Delia?
Yeah.
Nothing, except get a divorce as soon as possible.
Frank, you owe her.
No. I owe Jill and our baby.
Not till you've taken care of Dee. Man, if you don't give her a hand now, she's going to go right over the deep end. She's going to drag the whole damn Ryan family along with her.
What's that supposed to mean?
How many times have I given you bad advice, Frank? I get hunches, you know that? I get hunches 99% of the time they're right. Now, don't turn your back on Dee, I'm telling you that.
I'm sorry, but I heard a fair amount of that, and the last thing in the world I want to do is come between you two.
This isn't about you.
It's more or less what we talked about the other day, Jill.
About what Delia stands to lose.
Yeah, and what Frank's got to do for her.
I'll give her child support, alimony, visiting rights, but the rest of it she's going to have to do for herself.
Frank, all that comes after the divorce. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about this week. I'm talking about next week. I mean, honey, I know he's got responsibilities to you, but not till Dee's taken care of. I mean, don't you feel like she came here first?
Oh, come on, Bob. Where do you get off asking a question like that?
Oh, Lord, I'm not trying to insult anybody,
Look, please,
Frank.
just leave Jill out of this. She's not about to take sides with Delia against me.
Come on, Frank, it's all right. He was just trying to make a point, that's all.
Well, he was about to make a miserable point, and you can live without that.
Yeah, it used to be Delia's feelings you worried about.
Things have changed.
Yeah, I guess they have, haven't they?
Oh, come on. The two of you will always be good friends, no matter how bad things are now. Please. Please. Don't fight anymore.
Come on. This is stupid.
Yeah, the situation my sister's in, that's not stupid.
I can't fix it for her.
Frank, you gotta try, man.
She's got to try.
She is trying, in her own desperate way. She's over at your folks' house right now trying in every way she can to be a Ryan, and she just might succeed.
Now, wait, do you mean that there's some kind of threat to us, or are you just trying to throw a scare into me? I don't know what you're getting at, Bob.
Frank, I just need some kind of a healthy answer. That's all I want. Something good for Dee, something good for everybody.
Jill, what is it? Here, lie down on the sofa.
No. Just let me stand still for a minute, okay? I haven't been feeling well all day. This incredible pain in my stomach. Frank?
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.